Hello everyone, today we are going to look at my new palette of 24 colors. I was playing a lot with my palettes in my sketchbook. I will show you one moment. So I have this sketchbook, visual journal, mixed media, 100% cotton, 190 GSM, and here is Putski. One moment, we'll take her down, sorry. And I love it a lot, so I was playing with it. And I tried the Van Gogh Muted palette for Nightscape and some playful just painting, just to enjoy. To come back to painting after I moved to a new place. And then I worked on my palette. These were the first colors, and then I tried them in a painting, and I didn't like it so much. And then I played with it again, and then this is my final palette. So I tried so many palettes, and I decided that I would like a combination of quite low tinting strength colors like these ones, and here many of them, and all these gray greens and earth tones and so on. And I wanted just to play with them. So we'll start now swatching. I'm thinking still how to do it. Yeah, and I think we'll start it this way. Yeah, I think it will be great. The brush I'm using is Princeton Neptune Wand 8. I love it a lot. So let's start. So the first color I chose is Buff Titanium, which if you watched my channel, you will know that is one of the colors that I love the most. Very nice, light, some kind of off-white granulating, quite opaque color. Next color is not a muted one, but a bit earthy and a great mixer, which is Nickel Azo Yellow. Forgot to mention Buff Titanium is PW6 column 1, and Nickel Azo Yellow is PY 150. It's quite a bright yellow. When it's full strength, it's a bit warm. When it's diluted, it's a cool yellow. So yeah, it's a very versatile color, and also very staining. Next color is Pyrrole Scarlet, PR 255. It's a color that I love. It's not in every palette, and it's a good mixing red. I wasn't sure at the beginning if to put a bright red or bright scarlet, but then I decided I want it for mixing. Yeah, I wanted something like also like a drop of color in a muted colors painting. So next color is Anthracinoid Red, PR 177. It's a color that it say about it around the internet that it's not light fast, but I really love it. And I thought since there is another color that is not light fast in this palette, it's the Indigo from Shinhan PB66. I decided to put this one also and to use this palette mostly in my sketchbook. Next color will be Quinacridone Rose. And yeah, I forgot to mention that the colors we saw until now are from Daniel Smith. And this one also. So Quinacridone Rose is PV19. And it's quite a cool red. And in comparisons to other Queen Roses or PV19s, it's very cool leaning, more than other in the market, at least the ones that I saw. I think also one of the PV19s of Sennelier is also quite cool. We'll clean my brush, so one moment. Okay. So next color is Schminka's Potter's Pink. It's a very granulating pink. And Schminka's version is a brown leaning in comparison to Winsor & Newton and Roman Small. I think it's the one that I love the most. I also recently fell in love with the Winsor & Newton one. And it's very beautiful, and I thought it will be a low tinting, granulating earth pink for mixing with other very low tinting colors. And for example, in mixing or side by side with the next color, which is Lapis Lazuli. Oh, sorry, it's a small mistake. One moment. Okay. So if you saw my last few videos, I really love this color. I know that many people don't appreciate it because it's very low tinting, but actually I do love it. I use it for skies in kind of abstract painting, and I love it actually. Okay, next color is Shinhan's Indigo. It's PB66. And it's a granulating indigo. It's synthetic indigo. As I said before, I think it's not light fast, but it's so beautiful that I didn't want to leave it out. The one that is here is still not dry in the half pan. And yeah, I love it. Next color will be Daniel Smith French Ultramarine PB29. It's a really nice granulating ultramarine, and of course I put it for mixing, and I love it with another color we'll see soon, which is Daniel Smith greenish, German greenish raw amber. Okay. Next color is Van Gogh's. I forgot to put, one moment. Is Van Gogh Prussian Blue PB27. It's I think the first blue that I liked in watercolors. I had the Van Gogh mixing palette of 12 and 3 and more 3 half pans in a white plastic box. Okay, one moment. And I like it in mixing with Queen Rose and Yellow Ochre and so on. And I wanted to mix some greens with it. I didn't put a lot of greens in this palette, so I think it will be a good mixer. And last from the blues is Manganese U from Daniel Smith PB15. And it's a color that I love a lot, and I actually used it with indigo. Like I put indigo for skies, a bit diluted, and then put the manganese hue just on it in a few places, and you can see the color separation like in your Luna Blue. Really loved it. Okay, let's continue. So we are moving to the greens, and most of the greens here are, I think maybe all of them are Davies grays, but they're greenish. The first one is from, I think maybe from Holbein, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And I showed it in my last video. I love it a lot. You can see it's quite low tinting, and it will go well with the other earth tone. And that's why I needed quite a lot of blues to mix greens and the nickel azo yellow to have a strong enough, a bright enough, or versatile enough yellow. We'll see later the yellow ochre, but this one is also important. Next is Shinhan's Davies Gray. It's another beautiful Davies Gray. It's a bit more yellowish, I think, maybe. And a bit more, has a bit more tinting strength. But it's still a grayish green. Very beautiful one. Okay, next color is Van Gogh Davis Gray. Sorry, I did a mistake. And I love the Van Gogh one. I don't remember the mix of these three colors, the pigments, so I'm sorry. But you can find them easily online. And I think the Van Gogh one is the most grayish and a bit more yellowish than the others. It's a bit low tinting the beginning, but if you pre-wet the half pan, it will be more, it will have more tinting strength. Next color is another yellow that I have, is Burgundy Yellow Ochre PY43 from Daniel Smith. It's a color that I love. It's a bit more, it's a bit more delicate and more muted than the Monte Amiata Natural Sienna PBR7. But it's quite yellowish and creates both grays and greens. And I love this color, it's beautiful. Next color is Daniel Smith Mummy Bauxite. It's a color that I love. It's another color that I have in another muted colors palette. I think in the first one that I created, I think something maybe a year ago, something like that. Next is Sedona Genuine, again from Daniel Smith. Again, it was also in that palette, and I love it. It's also in my other newer muted colors palette. It's a beautiful color, I really love it. Next color is Minnesota Pipestone. Put too much water on my brush, so I'll wet two places. So Minnesota Pipestone, also from Daniel Smith, made from Catlinite, and it is also a very granulating, low tinting strength color. Very soft and beautiful. And I chose it because it's low tinting. Really love this one. Okay, next is a new color for me, quite new. It's Daniel Smith German Greenish Raw Amber PBR 7. And I was debating if to put this one or sorry about the moving, or the Tiger's Eye Genuine. And I decided on this one because it has more tinting strength. So it's a bit more versatile. And yeah, it's very, very beautiful. So next color is brown iron oxide, PR101. It's the Daniel Smith one. I chose it because it's a great mixer and also has a huge granulation. And I like burnt ambers, and I thought it will be enough like burnt amber. And I don't think I have it in any of my regular, small palettes, just in a studio palette, and I wanted to work with it more. Okay, next one is enviro friendly, so it's in the last minute. Enviro friendly brown iron oxide from Daniel Smith, PBR 6. A really great separating kind of color, and yeah, I love it. It's so beautiful. It can be low tinting if you not pre-wet it, or it can be high tinted if you pre-wet it. It's very beautiful, dark brown, grayish brown with some reddish undertones like peach undertone, and it's very close in hue to Hematite Burnt Scarlet from Daniel Smith. Next color is Daniel Smith Van Dyck Brown. It's a color that I love. And the color after it is Hematite from Daniel Smith, Hematite Genuine, which is a kind of a lunar black color, but it is very special granulation. Really love it. I think it's, I don't know if it's more granulating than lunar black. I don't know how to describe it. It's just in its granulation, it creates more forms, or it's more maybe interesting. And you can see if I don't pre-wet it, it can be quite low tinting. But if I will pre-wetting it, it would be quite a strong color. Yeah. And last but not least, is whole bands gray or gray. I think it's the PBK 6 with titanium white, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a color that I love. Very light color. It's also good for mixing like a buff titanium in a way. And I love it. It's really, really beautiful. So these are the colors. We'll let them dry and I will come back later. So the swatches are almost dry, and you can see the beautiful colors. You can see the beautiful color separation with the enviro-friendly PBR6 brown iron oxide. You can see the beautiful granulation of the hematite, amazing Van Dyke brown separation in the mummy backside. And these so beautiful colors, I really love them. So if you saw this color mostly is with muted, low tinting, light or muted colors or delicate colors, and a few stronger mixing colors like the nickel azo yellow, the purple scarlet, anthracenoid red, the queen rose, the indigo maybe, the ultramarine blue, Prussian blue, and manganese blue hue. So yeah, I really, really love this palette. I think I will do also in a mixing session like I like to do with these small palettes, and we'll play with it. I'm thinking also about doing a video of a comparison of these 3 Davis Grays and mixing with them. And I'm wondering if it will be interesting for you. If yes, please write me in the comments below. And also write me if you'd like which colors you loved the most, and if you would choose another color to this palette to enhance its beauty, its color mixing, its muteness, and so on. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful time and happy painting. Bye.